WisdomWolf pack, we're back, my boys. We got where did these images come from? Part 3. Let's check it out, man.
The Russian sleep experiment.
What in God's good name? Oh my days, was that? Oh my lord, is that a person? Oh my, Russian sleep.
Even for those who haven't been a part of the online horror community for a long time, these two photographs from the iconic creepypasta known as the Russian sleep experiment will probably look familiar. For over a decade, the Russian sleep experiment has ranked high on the list of the most infamously scary stories on the internet, with its influence reaching far beyond the limits of the online horror community. But despite its mass popularity, many people still don't know the origin of the disturbing images linked to the story. According to the creepypasta, during World War II, a group of researchers from the Soviet Union locked 5 unwilling prisoners of war in a cell and exposed them to a stimulant gas that was designed to keep them awake for 30 days, leading the prisoners to slowly slip further and further into insanity. Although the focus of the experiment was supposed to be on the effects of sleep deprivation, the legend says that after about 15 days of exposing the prisoners to the gas, the scientists opened the doors to the cell and found that the test subjects had inflicted horrible injuries on themselves and had even started eating their own flesh. As the story goes, the prisoners had to be forcibly removed from the cell, and in the process they became violent, taking the lives of some of the scientists. Disturbingly, despite the mental and physical damage the prisoners had endured for the last 15 days, they desperately begged the scientists to put them back on the stimulant gas to avoid falling asleep. As per the creepypasta,
Bro, wait, give me a second. Why was the experiment even carried out in the first place? What on good gracious? How does that help the war? How does that help you win the war in any way? The US was out there developing bombs and you guys are here testing sleep deprivation gases? Huh? Yo, nah, I look at this and I'm freaked out. What is this?
the test subjects all ended up losing their lives. The story of the Russian sleep experiment became a classic in the online horror space almost immediately after it was uploaded to the creepypasta website in 2010. But from my research, its origins date back to even earlier than that. On August 8, 2009, user Rip747 posted the story on his personal WordPress blog, claiming that his brother had emailed him a link with the story and that neither of them knew who the original author was. It's very likely that the story existed even prior to this post, but without the name of the author or any other information, it's almost impossible to pinpoint the exact origin. Later that same month, the story was uploaded to the miscellaneous board of the bodybuilding forums website by user Falcon Punch, and almost exactly a year later in August 2010, user Orange Soda uploaded the story to the creepypasta wiki page. Although the story earned its very own page on the creepypasta website just 6 days after it was posted by Orange Soda, it wasn't until years later that the urban legend was linked to the images so famously associated with it. In March of 2013, the story got its own website, and later that same year the story was read aloud in a video posted by the YouTube channel I Read.
You gotta give Chillin' Scares his props. I don't know how bro manages to do this research. Go back and back. The story was posted here in this year, and then it was posted here in this year, and I'm like, bro, how did you dig this deep for a picture?
Although the story earned its very own page on the creepypasta website just 6 days after it was posted by Orange Soda, it wasn't until years later that the urban legend was linked to the images so famously associated with it. In March of 2013, the story got its own website, and later that same year the story was read aloud in a video posted by the YouTube channel I Read Creepypastas, which was possibly the first time the black and white images were used in connection to the legend. One of the images shows a group of 4 men standing against a wall wearing different types of gas masks, with the men in the image representing the Russian scientists in the fictional story. The other photograph shows a horribly emaciated humanoid creature with sunken, deteriorated features staring eerily into the camera with a terrifying smile. Since its upload, I Read Creepypasta's video has received over 34 million views on YouTube.
They said it's committed, it hurts itself, basically. How do you hurt yourself that badly? To look like this? Oh my God, what? Oh my days, bro, what?
Eerily into the camera with a terrifying smile. Since its upload, I Read Creepypasta's video has received over 34 million views on YouTube, which has led even more users to search for the original author of the story. In 2015, a British writer known as Holly Ice published a book named Russian Sleep Experiment. Many people believe that she was the original author of the creepypasta story, but she later revealed that she had only used the original creepypasta as inspiration. As I was digging in various online forums for possible clues regarding the original author of the Russian Sleep Experiment, I found a Reddit thread in which user Nothing Crazy claims ownership of the story, stating that the myth was originally posted to 4chan. However, as the user doesn't offer any proof, it's difficult to confirm whether this is true or not. It's possible that we'll never know who wrote the original story. But creepypasta aside, what are the origins of the disturbing images that became linked to the Russian sleep experiment? Although many people assumed that the image of the test subject sitting on the edge of the bed was a real photograph from a World War II prisoner of war, the reality is actually much less disturbing. If the black and white filter is removed from the image, the prisoner starts to look a lot less like a person and a lot more like a sculpture or a decoration. And as it turns,
what on earth kind of a decoration is that? I'm sorry, who designs this as a decoration? You must be some deeply disturbed individual.
turns out that's pretty much exactly what it is. In 2005, a Halloween decoration company named Morbid
Oh, Halloween. Oh, that makes sense.
Enterprises created a humanoid animatronic by the name Spasm as a part of their preparations for the Halloween season. When activated, the animatronic shook violently and emitted a disturbing groaning sound. Up until 2015, the figure of a deranged prisoner in a straitjacket could be bought in Halloween stores or online, but the product has since been discontinued. Spasm's terrifying appearance and exaggerated features made it the perfect candidate for a test subject in the story of the Russian sleep experiment. As for the photograph of the four men in gas masks, the first occurrence I found of this image was on a 2008 Amazon listing of a picture frame in which the black and white picture was featured as a sample image. It's unclear why this particular photograph was used, but because the listing was taken down several years ago, there's really no useful information on this page. The only explanation for the photograph I found was on a historical archive website called Granger.com. In 2013, the image of the four men was uploaded with the caption, "World War I Gas Warfare, American soldiers demonstrating the different types of gas masks worn by left to right US, British, French, and German troops." The image dates back to 19...
Yo, this is a perfect example of years and years of myth can completely shift the truth. Because if you do not do your research properly, there is no way I will not believe that this aren't Russian scientists, bro, carrying out something. Well, I mean, the gas masks look kind of funky. If you've watched Teen Wolf, you would know Dread Doctor's level type funky.
1917. Ultimately, the way in which two completely unrelated images that were taken 100 years apart were used to complement a story about a fictional experiment carried out during World War II is a testament to the endless creativity of the online horror community.
Yeah!
Although the story behind the image is obviously fake, the fact that most of the articles written about the Russian sleep experiment today are attempts to investigate the validity of the story or to debunk it as a hoax says a lot about the story's effectiveness. Whereas most creepypastas are usually immediately written off by mainstream media as obvious hoaxes, the story of the Russian sleep experiment has received attention from news outlets worldwide. Without the mass notoriety of the disturbing images linked to this story, it's safe to say that the creepypasta genre wouldn't be as popular as it is today. Barney. In the early...
What on good God's name is that Barney? Look, if you cannot afford a decent looking costume character whatever for your kid's birthday, just forget about it. Forget about it, for crying out loud. We saw the whole Teletubbies madness on the last Where Did These Images Come From. Now this Barney, this would give him nightmares, bro. Oh my days, what is this? Even the hand isn't complete. No.
In the 90s,
bro,
the show
better.
Barney and Friends aired for the first time on PBS, and it didn't take long for the purple dinosaur to become a favorite among the show's young preschool audience. Thanks to the show's emphasis on the value of friendship and the cast of iconic characters, Barney has become a pop culture icon whose legacy endures to this day. Although Barney is usually associated with innocence and happy childhood memories, there is one particular image on the internet that portrays the friendly dinosaur in a much creepier light. The image in question shows a small, happy-looking child in a red and blue jacket standing on the grass, while an unsettling figure of what appears to be a person in a Barney costume lurks in the background. Barney's lifeless black eyes, distorted smile, and generally off-putting appearance have disturbed me.
Can't you see that this will just upset the child? You know, sometimes I feel like they might have paid for a decent-looking Barney, and this is what showed up. At that point, you ask for a refund. You do not expose this to the kids, bro. Yo!
Barney's lifeless black eyes, distorted smile, and generally off-putting appearance have disturbed many viewers into scouring the corners of the internet in search of an explanation for the eerie photograph. Like many creepy pictures, the origins of the image can be traced back to the online forum Reddit, where it was posted in the r/creepy subreddit in 2016 by user Radioactivate with the caption, "A creepy photo of my friend when he was young." The caption on the Imgur page the user links to reads, "My friend was going through some of his photos of his younger self and found this gem. Upon closer inspection, it appears that the image was taken from a photo album. After dozens of people commented on the creepy nature of the image on the original post, the uploader posted the comment, I don't know a whole lot about the photo. Currently my friend is at work, but once he gets home I'll bug him to tell us everything he knows." Unfortunately, the post was never updated, and no new information on the image ever came to light. Other than the original Reddit post, there isn't really a lot of context on the image anywhere else, and all we can assume is that the creepy Barney figure was somebody's attempt at a costume, perhaps for a birthday party or something else.
I can give context. Yes, it was for birthday party. Maybe it was a makeshift costume. You feel me? But you can't fault the parents at the end of the day. They were just trying to make their kid happy. But bro, that's the kind of thing that gives your child nightmares at a certain point in their life that you just have to think about avoiding at this point. Because why does the Barney look depressed and sociopathic, bro? Like, what is going on?
Some of the comments on the post seem to echo that theory, but if that's not the case, then what exactly is going on in this unsettling image we'll likely never know. Shadow Woman. On July 10th,
What is this? Yo, this is... Yo. Oh my god, the more I look at it, the more... No. This is the kind of thing that would be...
2020, Reddit user GrizzlyPanda5 uploaded an unsettling image that immediately sparked an online frenzy, with hundreds of users desperately searching for the origins of the strange photograph. The image shows two children looking down from a window. The girl smiles innocently, but the boy next to her stares at the camera with an emotionless expression.
Yeah, the boy
Behind them stands the dark silhouette or shadow of a woman staring into the distance with a pair of eyes that for some reason are the only visible features on her entire body. As most viewers notice, the lighting of the image obviously doesn't make any sense. Even though the woman is standing behind the children, she's close enough to the window for the light to make her features visible. But in this case, all we see is a shadow and a creepy pair of eyes.
Bro, that's not a shadow. That's a full-fledged physical being. But it's just too... Bro, what? And why is only the girl smiling? Nah, bro, what's going on?
Even though the woman is standing behind the children, she's close enough to the window for the light to make her features visible. But in this case, all we see is a shadow and a creepy pair of eyes. While researching the origins of the photograph, I noticed the name Tales of Terror from Tokyo coming up repeatedly in connection to the image on various online forums. Tales of Terror from Tokyo is a Japanese horror TV show that aired from 2003 to 2000.
What is this one again? Oh my god, what is this? What is this Tokyo of the place? You know what?
2005, and according to several users, the origin of this particular image can be traced back to one of the episodes on the show. However, this isn't exactly true. Although there is a connection between the image and the show, it didn't come directly from an episode in the series. As it turns out, the image is actually from a scene in a Japanese short film whose title translates to Only the Two of Us. Only the Two of Us was released in 2005 as a spin-off to the original Tales of Terror from Tokyo series, and follows the story of a high school tutor and her student who find themselves trapped in a series of disturbing paranormal events. In the scene that this image was sourced from, a girl walks past an apartment complex and waves at the children looking down from the window. Seconds later, the mysterious shadow appears behind them. It's worth noting that the shadow's eyes in the Reddit image were not a part of the original scene, and were most likely edited in by the uploader to make the image more disturbing.
You guys should stop. Nah, look, now that he explains it, it's shit ton less scarier. But oh my dear Jesus, what? How does a pair of eyes make it look so much scarier, bro? What?
Due to its obscure origins and generally disturbing quality, this creepy picture has come to be recognized by many as one of the most infamous cursed images of the decade.
Cursed?
The wooden bathtub.
Oh my days, bro. What is he in?
Our image of what appears to be a man covered in a questionable brown liquid inside a wooden bathtub has been circulating on various websites and online forums for the past few years, and has become a classic in the cursed image genre. The photograph was originally posted in the dank memes from site 19 subreddit by user ErmyBoy, along with the caption SCP-106 in a docile state within containment. It's worth mentioning that this entire subreddit is dedicated to posting memes about the SCP Foundation.
What's that?
If the term sounds unfamiliar, SCP Foundation is a collaborative internet-based fiction project about a fictional government agency that secures, contains, and protects the population from strange monsters, thus the acronym SCP. The roots of the fictional SCP Foundation can be traced all the way back to 4chan, and it's basically an evolved version of the creepypasta website. If you go far enough down the rabbit hole, you'll find some pretty complex and detailed entries written by random people on the internet. Part of the allure of the website is that anyone can get an account on the SCP Wiki and write a horror story about a fictitious monster framed as an entry in the agency's database, which is a big part of the reason why SCP Foundation has gained such a massive following. Every entry in the database is given a number to classify it, and according to the website, SCP-106 corresponds to a character known as the Old Man. As the name suggests, SCP-106 is described as an elderly humanoid that has the power to corrode anything it touches.
Wait, so is it a story, or is it an actual photograph? Corrode anything it touches. When did we get superpower? I'm sorry, what?
In the SCP lore, the Old Man is usually depicted with a layer of brown, mucus-like liquid, which might explain the reference to the character in the original image posted on Reddit. Although we don't know anything about the man portrayed in the wooden bathtub image, there seem to be several clues across various websites as to where the picture was taken. On a Russian social media website called VK, which is similar to Facebook, a user named Alexander Belikov posted an image of himself submerged in a brown liquid in a wooden tub. Obviously the pictures were taken from different angles, but based on the shape of the tiles on the walls, the wooden bathtub, and the overall aesthetic of the room, it's highly likely that the two images were taken in the same location. According to Alexander Belikov,
how does he find these joints, bro? What? How deep did you have to dig? Who did you have to pay to find out stuff like nah? Because how do you distinguish facts from fiction? How?
Belikov's post, this image was taken in some sort of spa or healthcare center in Poland, where one of the available therapeutic procedures is to be submerged in a bathtub full of mud that's heated up to 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh my
This type of treatment is actually not uncommon in the holistic space, and in the past couple of decades, mud therapy has become pretty popular due to its multiple health benefits. Although this image has been creeping people out since its original upload, it's really just a picture of a man taking a mud bath at a holistic health center. The man's abnormal face expression could be due to the effects that were added to the image before it was posted, but it's also possible that the image was planned to be creepy or funny by the man and the person taking it.
I think it was funny, but like, damn.
Eyeless Jack.
Oh! What is this one?
If you've ever gone digging around for creepy images on the internet, there's a good chance you've heard of the name Eyeless Jack at some point.
Never in my life.
Even if you haven't, there's still a high chance you've come across this chilling image of a man in a tight, dark hoodie and a white mask with large black holes for eyes towering over what we can only infer to be a bed. The image of Eyeless Jack first emerged on the online forum 4chan on June 7, 2010, when a user named Arnon published a post titled Nightmare Fuel, which contained images of disturbing creatures from video games and various other sources. One of the images that was featured in the post was the original picture of Eyeless Jack, which has continued to haunt viewers since its original upload in 2010, and it's not too hard to see why. Although the image was reposted all over the internet from the moment it was first made public, it wasn't until 2012 that an official story was written to go along with the picture. The story itself was written by a Wikia user named Azel5000, which includes a fictional first-person account of an encounter with Eyeless Jack. The original account reads, "I was staring face to face with a creature with a black hoodie and a dark blue mask, with no nose or mouth staring down at me. The thing that scared me the most was that it had no eyes. Just empty black sockets. The creature also had some black substance dripping from its sockets." According to the original story, Eyeless Jack was once a normal 19-year-old kid named Jack Nyris, who was used by a cult as a human sacrifice in a terrifying ritual that involved the removal of his eyes and a liquid mixture of tar and blood being poured into his sockets. As the myth states, something went...
What is going on right now with this Eyeless Jack story, bro? It's one thing after the other thing after the other thing, bro.
Horribly wrong during the sacrifice, and Jack was turned into the creature in the image. The creepypasta associated with the picture mentions that after the sacrifice, Eyeless Jack became a serial killer with the ability to sneak into people's houses and surgically remove their kidneys without them waking up.
Bro, it's one thing after another thing after another. What is going on?
According to the urban legend, by the time people would wake up the next morning, Eyeless Jack would have already eaten their kidneys. As it usually
Then how on earth are they waking up? How are they waking up if they don't have kidneys?
Happens with creepypastas, the horrifying story of Eyeless Jack quickly gained traction across various online platforms, leading hundreds of users to expand on the original version and create their own adaptations. Although the image quickly became one of the most popular mainstream creepypastas in history, the actual creator of the original image was still a mystery. It wasn't until February 2020 that Twitter user Pirate Cashew claimed ownership by posting the original image with the caption, "My friend took it and uploaded it anonymously, and someone took that and used it for Eyeless Jack. I did not find out about it until like a couple years ago. This is the unblurred background version to prove it, never been posted before." Pirate Cashew is an artist and digital creator from the UK with a decent-sized following on Twitter, and it's intriguing how one of her random creations inadvertently ended up turning into one of the most valuable pieces of internet history in the horror genre.
Yo, people be making up stuff, bro. And it's so easy to believe people nowadays because of the internet. Nah.
To this day, users have continued adding their own twists on the story of Eyeless Jack, solidifying the character's status as the face of one of the most widely known creepypastas of all time.
And they'll never know it was just a drawing. Nah, bro, that's crazy. That is crazy, man. Tell me which one was your favorite, man. I'm going.